about starting with a little bit of confidence and then building it up with one thing or the other. And it's about getting there. Once you're in the game, then there's no turning back.
Hello, everybody. Today we have a beautiful combination of art, colors, and economics. I know it is as amazing as it sounds. We have Nausheen Sodi, who is a PhD scholar in economics, and she is also running her own art page, which is very beautiful. I would recommend all of you to go and see it on Instagram. So, without wasting any time, I would just like to take you over her and talk to her. Welcome to our show, and thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
So, ma'am, please tell our audience about your art page.
So I started my Instagram art page I think in 2016, and back then I was not making things which I'm making now. But I started realizing slowly what I wanted to do. So I started with mandalas, as I told you.
So, apart from mandalas, I saw those beautiful earrings you make and that crochet. How do you pronounce it? Crochet.
Yeah.
Like, you made headbands.
Yes.
So, how we कहाँ से आया? Like, from where did it start? कुछ childhood में कुछ incident, कुछ inspiration, anything, or you just
Okay,
had
yeah.
it?
Now that you asked me, I do remember. I had these jewelry making kits when I was a little kid. So I had
Okay.
all those colorful glittery beads and all. I was always very fond of painting on my clothes and all those kind of things. But I never thought that I'm gonna actually make something in future and be selling them. But yeah, the idea came up recently when I was scrolling on Instagram, and you know how one thing leads to the other, and I came across jewelry making artists who were wrapping wire. It's called wire wrap jewelry. So I tried it, and I thought that okay, looked really clean, and I was like, I could maybe do this, and I started doing it, and I got on to making jewelry as well. So yeah, that's how I made them. And crochet was it was a random thing. Yeah, I have been.
So, you knew how to weave पहले
No,
से?
no, no. I just looked up a few ways to knit on YouTube. You know, YouTube, you can learn anything if you want.
Yeah,
can learn
if you
anything.
want.
Yeah. So I had my mind on it, and I got some yarns for myself and the crochet hooks, and I tried, and it was pretty easy. And you won't believe you can have a muffler ready in 2 hours.
A muffler ready in 2 hours. I
Yeah.
can never think of it.
Yeah. So it's pretty easy.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it.
And you are also in singing.
Yeah, when I was in school, I was in the school choir, and I had taken up music as a subject, Indian classical singing. So a little bit of that too. Yes.
Music, you know, guitar.
That was self-taught, yeah.
Again, self-taught.
Yeah, self-taught.
That is nice, ma'am. So, you were living in Chandigarh itself since the beginning. You did all your education here.
Yeah.
So I would like to inform my audience you did your bachelor's in commerce.
Yeah.
And then master's and MPhil in economics.
Yeah.
A very beautiful combination, though nobody can believe in such an artistic person has time, because I won't say economics is bad. I myself studied it, but it needs time as well.
Of course, yes.
It needs a lot of time, and you are doing your PhD right now.
Yeah.
So share your experience with economics now.
So yeah, when I was in school, we had this option to drop science and
Okay.
take up economics. So I did that in class 9th, and my teacher was really good. The way she introduced the whole class to economics, I just fell in love with the subject, and I was pretty sure that I want to keep doing economics, something or I mean, I didn't have a plan then. I never knew I'd end up doing PhD, but yeah, I was sure that I want to do something in economics. So that's how I continued, and yes, one thing led to the other. Then when I did my graduation, I was not sure whether I want to pursue commerce or pursue economics. So that's why I took honors in economics with BCom. But yeah, by the end of that, I was like, I have to. Commerce is not my thing. Accounts is not my thing.
And
Definitely.
science, definitely.
Science
not.
was never my thing. Yeah. Though I really like bio and physics, but not chemistry,
Not
which is
chemistry.
one reason I dropped it. Yeah. But I'm glad I dropped it, and I'm doing my economics now. Yeah.
And you're teaching students now. So when did you start earning first?
When I was in my post graduation, I was actually teaching a classmate of mine
Okay.
because she had flunked and she was probably not able to understand it from the teachers. So she's like, "Why don't you teach me?" And I'm like, "Why don't you give me some money for that?" So that's how it worked out. So she was my first student. And from there on, I was like, I could maybe, take up a few students. And because I realized by teaching her that I can clear the doubts and I enjoyed myself. So yeah, since post graduation I've been earning a little bit, and then I after my MPhil I decided that I need to work now because it's already been like 10 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2. Like now I need to work. So that's when I joined MCM and I was working there as an assistant professor. And there was 1 year where I was just switching between different colleges and working a few months here, a few months there, before I finally joined my PhD. So yeah, other than that, after my PhD, I've been selling my artworks and earning through that as well.
So you keep your finances different. That is
Yes.
from artworks and
Separate.
from your.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
yeah.
separate. Yeah. But I would say that initially, when I had to buy a certain art supplies when I was not making money, I must have used up my own savings. But yeah, otherwise, I've always kept them separate. I always make sure of if I'm selling an art piece, I work out the cost and then I work out how much time did I spend on that and what kind of an artwork did I make. So accordingly, then I just price it up. Yeah.
Okay. And so, which was the most successful investment of yours? Or you can say the very first investment you ever made? It can be related to your work, it can be anything.
So the investments right now I would consider whatever art supplies I've been buying for my works. Those have been pretty well because uh, even if I'm not earning directly out of that, I'm earning something for myself or I'm making things for myself. So it's been a good enough investment for me. So anything which I've ever purchased in art supplies, it has never gone to waste. It's always been used. So like the mandalas that I had, made over the years, I ended up selling those in the exhibition which I had a few days back.
Okay.
So back then, like 3-4 years back, I did not probably think that I'm going to be able to sell them as well. But just because I had them and I used them up for my exhibition, I could make some money out of that too. So yeah, nothing has ever gone waste whenever I've invested in my art supplies.
That is your very successful investment.
Yeah,
And apart from it, I guess art is very peaceful.
of course.
So
yes.
it is like investment in yourself.
Yeah, more than investing in the money part, it's about investing in your, state of the mind.
So how important are investments for you? Like when compared to savings, how important do you think investments are for anybody and in anything?
Yeah, I think in today's world, you do need to have investments, and of course, savings is a separate thing because that's something which you use up when you want to. But investments are more like necessities. You cannot really have money locked up and not earning out of that. So yes, adding up whatever adds up to your money, it just makes sense to do it.
And
So
I guess it's a smart choice to make sure
Of
that your
course.
money works for you.
yeah, your money gets, if not multiplied by certain whatever, but yeah, it just adds
Rather
up.
than just sitting at a one place, it's actually
Of course,
earning something.
of course.
It's important.
That there's no doubt about that.
So the theme of all the interviews we are conducting is importance of financial independence of women. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I think that's one of the things which it's a choice, right? So if you want to be financially independent, I don't think there's anybody who would not want to be financially independent. So it's not even just a choice. It's more like something. It's about realizing when do you want to or when do you choose to be financially independent. For somebody who has never ever been financially independent would probably think different because for them it's more like an okay situation. But once you've been there, once you've had your financial independence, not just financial independence, any sort of independence you talk about. Once you have independence, you've had a taste of it. There's no going back. And especially if we're talking about money and making money and being independent financially, then again from there on, there's no going back.
So, any message in specific which you would like to give to your followers and our audiences, which you would say is very, very important for all the women out there to follow?
So generally, I would just like to say that if you have something in your mind, go for it. And if there's a hesitation in your mind, there's probably not the best thing for you to do. You should always follow your gut feeling. If you're sure about something, go for it. If you're not sure about something, try and understand why aren't you sure about it. And yes, get that clarity. Only you can get your clarity. Nobody can ever tell you. You might talk it out with friends, you might talk it out with people or strangers for that matter. But eventually, it's just you who has to get that clarity. And once you have that clarity, nothing should ever stop you from just taking an initiative, be it anything. And for the women, yes, for the women, I would just want to say, if you have a little bit of confidence, it's all about starting with a little bit of confidence and then building it up with one thing or the other. And it's about getting there. Once you're in the game, then there's no turning back.
So we just had Nausheen ma'am with us. She's an amazing person and इतना beautiful combination मैंने तो नहीं देखा. Colors and economics and God knows what else is there in store. So thank you so much for coming here.
Thank
It was
you for
great.
having me.
And we have a small gift for you, not a big one. This is made by Choti Si Asha and I hope you love it.
Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Thank you.